Good morning, everyone. This is Professor Hill. Short video for our class, Introduction to Ethics, Philosophy 2306 here at St. Philip's College for the summer of 2024. And today is actually Wednesday, June the 5th, 2024. We're in the middle of our first week of our class, which is going to last 8 weeks long. And you'll note that I am not at St. Philip's College today. I'm at home today, and I will be checking in and doing these videos from a lot of different places over the course of the next 2 months. But today, I'm at home with a message that, hey, your very first assignment is due tonight at midnight. And again, it's just the introductions. And but the important thing, the introductions are important, but also as well is the process. Because I had a couple of questions already this morning about, because I mentioned in my last video about essays, and people were like freaking out, like, oh my God, I didn't see anything about an essay in the assignments. And I'm like, okay, whoa. So again, if you're new to this, I get it. But I just want to walk you through the reason we're doing the introductions tonight the way they are, which is that you click on assignments, it takes you to the discussion. The discussion says, hey, introduce yourself, say something about who you are. And then once you click on that and post it, go through and then read some of the other ones and comment on at least 2 of them. Well, that process is how we're going to start doing the big assignments, the essays, which are going to be every Sunday night for the next couple of weeks. And what that looks like is, again, it's the same process. Although now what you do is you read the material. That's the key first step here. So like this week, we're reading chapter 1 in our textbook, Doing Ethics by Lewis Vaughn, which is available through the Alamo Books right there for free online through the Canvas website. That's working now. That's good. And so what you want to do is read chapter 1, pull out a key concept. And by the way, just as a hint, at the beginning of each chapter, there's a little, what they call a quick review box. Literally, it's a box that emphasizes certain key definitions or terms from that chapter. Hey, use one of those. And it's nice and simple, because what you're going to want to do is pull that into your response to the discussion, right? The essay. And again, there's not a minimum word count. Most students take a page and a half to get to everything they need to say. Some write more than that. Some are quite in depth, especially if the particular case study resonates with you for some reason. Feel free, knock yourself out. But what you're going to want to do is make sure that in your response to the case study, you're incorporating a key term, definition, concept from the chapter that was assigned that week. So like this week, chapter 1, you're going to have something like the definition of ethics, the philosophical study of morality. You know, pull that into your essay. Write a response about Jenny Lake. Do you agree with her? You think what she did was right or wrong, good or bad? What would you have done? What would you have advised her? Because again, true story. But the key here is then most people they type it all up ahead of time and then just copy and paste it into the reply box at the discussion. Then that pulls up, you can see the other ones, and you go through and you comment on at least 2. And we want to do that by the way, I should mention right off the bat, in a respectful way. Feel free to disagree with people, but let's keep it professional and courteous. We want to make sure that we're following kind of the rules of decorum for a class. And so, agree, but do it respectfully. That's the bottom line there. So tonight is the trial run, the practice with the introductions. Sunday night, and then every Sunday night after that at midnight, we're going to have these assignments due, the essays. We're going to be reading a chapter and then applying it to the case study. I'll just also post up right now, pay attention to the calendar, because you'll see some students, they get in the habit. They're like, okay, I get it. Read chapter 1, write an essay. Read chapter 2, write an essay. And then they go straight to chapter 3. And I'm like, no, we're skipping chapter 3. Pay attention. We go right to chapter 4. So never too soon to note that for students, that it's not going to do any harm if you read chapter 3. But the reading that's required for the case study that week is going to be chapter 4. So make sure you're paying attention. And look, you can see this, it's all laid out in the syllabus, in the calendar. And again, one last little calendar note. It doesn't really apply to the end of next month, but make sure that you're paying attention as when we get to the end about when stuff's due. We want to make sure that because the final exams come in the middle of the week. And again, you're gonna have plenty of time. These things aren't opening and closing; they're open. What kind of keeps us together and working through it is the whole need to reply to each other on each of the case studies as we go along. So it works out. You'll figure it out. And that's why we're doing tonight as essentially just as a practice with the introductions. You'll get a handle on it. For some people, it's second nature. Other people, it's their first online class. So it takes a little getting used to. So we're just going to make sure to walk everybody through it. All right. So message of the day is tonight, the introductions are due. Comment on at least 2 of your classmates. Be reading chapter 1. Look at that case study on Jenny Lake. Start thinking ahead about what do you think about her decision? Was it the right one? Was it the wrong one? And then, of course, also why? Because I'll just warn you here too. I know you're reading chapter 1, getting ready for the case study, but the case study is more complicated than it first appears. The more you read it, the more you think about it, the more you realize, oh, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. And what forces you to do that is when you get into the why do I agree or why do I disagree? What's the basis for my moral judgment? That's where it's going to get a little tricky, even right off the bat. All right, take care of yourselves. Hope you're having a good week and a good Wednesday. All right, take care, y'all.